Good morning, all of you. So we will discuss today the problems numericals on force and torque due to surface tension. I just picked up some very good numericals. You should have good observation in the diagram. So almost I asked you to yesterday to work out on icon numericals. The reason for that is like in icon there are no diagrams. Every question you have to draw diagram. These are really challenging and all. You have to draw diagram. Once you draw diagram, things will be very easy. Really, Icon is a good book. For student, it's a very difficult. So not only this, even good, even the most of the textbooks now, the Singh is there. Our institution study material is there. So what is the basic problem is like the diagrams are not there. If you draw diagram, questions are very easy. So take that as a challenge and draw the diagram first. Read question, draw the diagram. Then get into the problem. No, really, you can feel comfortable once you draw diagram. Today, you can see that almost the total surface tension, all the problems are diagram needed. Even in mains advance also, they asked all the questions, they were diagrams. I picked up few. Okay, we'll analyze everything. You check the advanced paper, mains paper. Always there is a one question. And that too, it's a very good question. Always there is a, never miss the asking question from surface tension. Rotational mechanics and surface tension. Both are very important. And from both the chapters, you can say one question. Rotation mechanics, I think 1 month you have studied, no? Surface tension, hardly 1 week. But the weightage for exam, both are same. So this what happens, the amount of time and the output, the final output will be same. So these are the chapters which are essential. So every student has to put effort. Okay, now read the question. Please make a habit of reading question. So read the question first. Draw the diagram immediately. So don't look at pen, paper, have and draw the diagram. Later on, I'll come into the picture. A circular ring has inner and outer radius. Mass of the ring is gently pulled out vertically from a water surface by a sensitive spring. When the spring is stretched from its equilibrium, portion in the ring is on the verge of being pulled out from the water surface. Spring constant is find the surface tension of water. So what actually the forces that are acting? So if you take the ring, so it is like this. So some diagram I'm writing. So altogether, a spring force will act. Tell me like how the weight of the ring. Weight of the ring will be vertically down. No doubt. Some problem is there. Yeah. No. What about the force due to surface tension? Where I had to show? I had to show the force due to surface tension exactly below like this. What are these arrows? I think I can show diagram like this. I should not show here. I cannot show down here because everywhere, what is this? This is a ring. Where is the water? Water will be there outside as well as Time being, I'll give you at least some blue color so that you'll imagine, okay, there's a water. And here also there'll be water. Fine. Here also there'll be water. This is what everything, almost, see, the question diagram is there. Okay, this question really very good. He has given diagram. Finish sure. So it is placed on. No. Okay, now after this, what is the, this is string. Here it will be elongated. So spring will be elongated. So spring force will act. Okay, the net force due to suppression should be downward, no? Okay, let's equate. So now inner radii, let it be A, then outer radii, let it be B. No, who will balance spring force, force due to suffocation plus weight. Okay, he has given all elongation, spring constant, everything. Force due to suffocation, how to calculate? Suffocation into length. Length will be how much? 2 pi by B. Suffocation into 2 pi A. So the only thing is, please do understand, like suffocation is not a point force. It will act at all points. So go around 2 pi B, 2 pi by B into suffocation will be the force due to suffocation. On the inner ring also. This one. So solve for ST. So what is ST now? The suffocation. This should be equal to Kx minus mg by 2 pi A plus B. Okay, now simple idea. So now different shaped structures will be kept on a water surface, and the force due to suffocation, you take it out. So if I keep a triangular one, let me summarize things here. If I keep a triangular plate, in terms like a wave force due to suffocation should act here. I can't show at other faces. Huh? So here also will be acting. Okay, we'll do one thing. I'll take a triangular frame. Then how the force due to suffocation should be like this. Huh? Getting now? So this everything is a triangular frame. Now then in this case, so what you should do, the inner area and outer, the inner edge and outer edge, the distance has to be taken care. Please do imagine. So these are the types of questions what you can expect in exam. Nothing big. If a triangular frame, if it is kept on the water surface, the similar situation, then what external force I should apply to pull it from the water. So what external force I should apply? The weight mg will act, and the force due to surface tension. So let the inner side length of inner will be L, and outer will be L, and the inner will be smaller. It's equilateral triangular frame. Tell me like what should I write? How much of external force? There's another problem. Huh? Just I'm giving different ideas. What external force should apply to pull it from the water surface? So this should be equal to how much? mg plus suffocation into 3L, suffocation into 3 small l. Able to understand here? The force due to suffocation will not act one point, will acting everywhere here. Sir, why can't here somewhere? No, only free surface. No, here is what the water will come. So free surface will be here. This everything will be water. Kept on water surface. No, so the question is the same idea is what I'm bringing here. Triangular, equilateral triangular frame lying on water surface. Shall I tell you one thing? Take some, nowadays you have some plastics, no? Take plastic sheet, cut that into several shapes and place it on water surface and try to see. That's the only thing alternative available for you. Unable to imagine, you should have at least the patience to work out practically. Now different types of frames will come. Please do understand. This is a method. Fine. Now, read the question. I'll give some time. Read the question. Now, what is immersed? Some sort of prism is telling, glass prism. First, what is the volume of prism will calculate. What is the height of the prism? This will be the height of the prism. Let me take like this. So the slant length is L. So this will be 30 degrees. So let me take this is say like a R. So cos 30 is equal to H by L. So H is equal to L root 3 by 2. So then what is the volume of the prism? Volume of the prism V naught should be equal to half into base length. Okay, base length is how much will be? Let me find out base length also. Sine 30 is equal to B by 2 by L. So B is equal to, it will be L. So what is the volume of prism? Volume of the prism will be half into BH into slant length. Okay, this one, there's an edge length here. This called like a edge length, this called like a slant length. So there's a formula. So altogether volume of the prism will be V naught equal to half into, what is B? B is L. What is H? L root 3 by 2 into L. So total volume, this will become equal to L square root 3 L. Okay, fine. I think this is the geometry everyone knows. Huh? You know, high school geometry, what you have come across. Half of it is immersed. Okay, let's get into the problem. So here is what I'll bring a prism. Half of it is immersed here. Slant length off of the slant length is immersed. There's everything is water. Go back to the fluid buoyancy concept and get that buoyant force. I'm giving plane diagram. Fine now. So half of this. So let me bring it. Well, the spring will be elongated. So that will be spring force. The weight will act. So let's take the sum. We have taken this length to be b by 2, no? This is b by 2, b by 2. And this total height is what we called it as capital H. Now some H length is what immersed. Some let's take this is x, this x. So this is 30 degrees. Now what is our question? Force due to suffocation. Tell me how do it will act here? The contact angle between water and the glass is 0. Where the force due to suffocation? The force due to suffocation will act at these points. Only at 2 points or everywhere? Everywhere on this prism, everywhere that one. So it is immersed. Oh, I think this will be very challenging for you to really assume the diagram. So here, if you take that surface, no, the force due to suffocation will be acting will be like this. On the side faces, it will be in this direction, making an angle theta. Later on, I'll show the theta. I think you should have that imagination. Huh? On the slant face, the force due to suffocation will act along the slant. On this vertical faces, these are vertical faces, no? On the vertical faces, force due to suffocation will act vertically down because the angle of contact theta is 0. Able to notice that? Anyway, theta will be 30 degrees. That we know it. Theta will be how much? 30 degrees. So here, theta will be say 30 degrees. Okay, let's get the volume immersed here. So now, shall we? So what is telling of the slant face? Can we calculate this distance y? Sine 30. Let's get into some mathematics first. Sine 30 is equal to x by L by 2. So x equal to how much? L by 4. What is cos 30? Cos 30 is equal to y by L by 2. So y is equal to L by 2 cos 30. So L cos 30 root 3 by 2. So root 3 by 4. Okay, let's get the Bion force. So what are the things that are acting the weight of the prism, the Bion force? I'll show it somewhere here. There's the weight of the solid, weight of the prism, and spring force and the force due to suffocation. We have to equate all these things. Okay, first let's calculate the weight of the solid. Okay, fine. So after getting the weight of the solid, Density of glass is D and that of water is rho. So he has given the densities also. Please look at here. The density of this is D, no? So therefore, first, what is the forces that are, first we'll calculate the weight of the prism. Anybody weight of the prism? Density is D. What is the volume of prism? V naught. Already we have checked it. Volume of the prism is V naught into G. So what is V naught? V naught is L square L root 3 by 4 into G. What is the buoyant force? Buoyant force should be equal to density of water rho he has given, volume immersed into G. What is the volume immersed? Volume of prism, volume of bigger prism minus volume of smaller prism. Because I think volume immersed are able to see, there's a volume immersed. This much is what immersed, no? The gray color, are you seeing the gray color? This is what the volume immersed, no? Now you see this. Even see anybody, even for me also, like I should fight with the diagram. There's no other way. How to calculate volume immersed? In the bigger volume, V naught minus volume of the smaller prism. What is the volume of smaller prism? This white color, or I'll put some yellow color. Now you can see this. Can you calculate volume of that yellow color? First, V naught, we know it. Rho Vi. V naught is how much? L square L root 3 by 4 minus. What is the volume of yellow color? Again, what is the volume of prism? Half into base length is 2x, height is y, and the edge length is L. So half into base is 2x, height is y, edge length is L into G. Is testing your geometry. To be frank, surface tension is already over once. If I draw this diagram, surface rest all everything is a geometry what we should know, or I should know. No, let me take the next part. Now what is x? L by 4. So 2 get cancelled. So L by 4. What is y? L root 3 by 4 into L into G. Rho L square L will come out. So root 3 by 4 minus root 3 by 16. Anybody value? 1 by 4 minus 1. Okay, 1 by 4 we can take outside, no? 3 by 16.
Sir, half into L by 4, sir.
Okay, here 2 get cancels, no? X is L by 4. Y is what? L root 3 by 4. Okay? Somebody asked a question, please reply, no?
Yes, sir.
You have to reply, no? I'm asking you. Yes, sir. Okay, fine. Then otherwise, what I'll be keep on shouting like this, huh? Okay, fine. Yeah. No. Okay. Small L square, capital L, you take it outside. So this will become. Okay, this is the buoyant force, this one. Okay, now let's equate here. Everything we know. What is the force due to surface tension? How to calculate? What is this length? 2x. And what is this slant length is L. At corner, we are at corner. I think I'll bring one more page. It's getting congested.
Sir, FB must be 3 root 3 by 16.
Three.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, I'll adjust it. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Well, I'll write it here. 3 root 3 by 16. Yeah. Root. Now, force due to sufficiency we'll calculate. I'll bring the diagram so that you make observation. I'll bring the total diagram, that one. And now looking at this diagram, please, I think we can't, yeah. No. And let's write force due to sufficiency. Force due to sufficiency should be equal to 2x sufficiency, 2x sufficiency plus this will be 2L, 2, okay, this will be L, ST cos theta. And this will be how much? Again, one more L, ST cos theta. And now why this 2x? This length, edge length here, what is this length? 2x, no? So because it will be immersed here. Then again, the liquid is in contact on this surface, and here it will act along the what, like it will wet completely. So it will act along the surface. Here force due to surface will be along y-axis. Here open along the slant length, along the slant surface. So therefore, I'm just showing it like this, this theta. So you should take component of that. So what is the force due to surface sufficiency into that length? Able to understand why these two terms, why this 2x, this length is 2x here. This is the edge length. What is the edge length? Edge length should be L. There's no other way. Either you imagine or draw the diagram. I'm making things clear. Either you imagine or draw the diagram. So now force due to sufficiency, this should be equal to 4x st 2l st. What is cos theta? 30 degrees. Cos 30 root 3 by 2. 4x plus L root 3. Okay, this is st. This is a force due to sufficiency. Okay, let's equate all the forces. What are the forces that are acting? Four x plus L root 3 st. I took outside common. I don't know. Somebody is asking 4st. What is that?
Okay, sir, understood.
No, equate forces. So what are the forces? Spring force, buoyant force, weight, and force due to sufficiency. So spring force at equilibrium of prism. Net force due to sufficiency. That is this one. So here I think we have written Fs dash. I think it is correct. The resultant force is what we are showing like this. Now substitute all kx buoyant force 3 root by 16 weight of the solid dl square L root 3 density, no? So density What is x? X, I think we are, anybody? X, I think somewhere calculated, no? L by 4, no? It is. Yeah. So this will be L by 4, L root 3 into ST. So this will become L plus L root 3 into ST. Sufficient, I'm writing ST. I think what is symbol S you might have given. So what is asking now? Find, calculate the extension in the spring. So solve for X. Of all everything fine, force due to sufficiency is what student has to really bring the imagination. Okay, now I think in your home, many different types of shaped solid objects will be there, or you can make with a some plastic with that you can make it, no, different types of objects. You just immerse and see how things will be there. Hemisphere, cone, okay, then trapezium, pyramid, okay, now there's a prism. It is different shaped geometrical objects. You just immerse and see that what is the buy and force, how it will come. I'll go for next problem. That's what we did here. Now slowly we are going for now the application part. Where is the film? Film is this one. Now somebody is asking, sir, why there are no two surfaces? Tell me how two surfaces will act in previous problem. Somebody should answer why two surfaces here should not be no. When soap film comes, two surfaces will come into picture. Am I right? Let me take the diagram. Read the question. I'll set it. Now it's an equilibrium is telling. So it's equilibrium. What are the forces? Mg, tension, ear tension, ear tension, ear tension. What about force? Here is a soap film. This is soap film. And what that soap film will do? Will exert a force. Will exert a force. In what action it will exert force? Will act at one point? No. Where all soap film is there, molecules will come in contact with the rod, will exert a force like this. And that is what the force due to sufficiency. How many surfaces? Two surfaces. So now let's come for equilibrium. T minus mg is equal to 0 for the block. Then force due to sufficiency should balance the tension. Force due to sufficiency, what? Sufficiency. T is the sufficiency. No? Okay, we'll make it like this. I have to take it out. Okay, we'll take it out that options. Okay, sufficiency. So should be equal to sufficiency into length. Y2. Anybody?
Two surfaces.
Two surfaces. One what you see front and other one the back one. Different. Find M is asking. So what is M? Sir, how come sufficiency can balance tension? Yes, it can balance. Even there is a friction, it can balance. It will balance spring force. So what we are trying to do, we are trying to generalize it. Sufficiency force can act along with any other forces. I think that was the method from the beginning I was introducing. Whenever you learn a new force, whenever the new force comes into picture, what we do? We'll try to bring all other forces along with that, and we'll see that, okay, how it will behave. Okay, no. So let's take the next one. Now I will take an iron wire. Okay, this is some. So there's iron wire. So let it float on a mercury. Let it float on a mercury. So here this is the mercury. So if you see the two-dimensional view, the two-dimensional view will be of this kind. Okay, there's a radius. We'll take it R, and what is it? There's everything is mercury. It's a plane diagram. That's a 3D diagram. Now, what is the maximum diameter, or what is the maximum diameter of this, so that it can float on the mercury? This iron wire can float here. This iron wire. Long iron wire. I'm showing the length some limited. It can be long. It can be even 1 kilometer. How come, sir, iron will float? Yes, on mercury it will float here. The reason for that, force due to surface tension should balance. It will get depressed. So don't say any volume is immersed. Force due to surface tension should balance the weight of this one, the weight and the force due to surface. Force due to surface tension, how do it will act? It will act here. So we'll assume that almost it is 180 degrees. Fs dash, Fs dash here. So how do we show that particular force? So it should be. Now what is this? The force due to surface tension will act at all points. Okay, I agree this one. So this is the length L and this is diameter. We'll take it. So then the weight, who will balance the weight? The net force due to surface tension will balance the weight of the wire. Force due to surface tension should be 2L, or say, let me come, L into ST, L into ST plus D into ST plus D into ST is equal to, what is the volume of cylinder? Let D be the density. No, sorry, rho be the, sigma be the density, and rho be the density of mercury. Sigma is the density of iron, rho be the density of mercury. So therefore here, sigma pi diameter will be d by 2 whole square length Lg. So this should be St, I'll take it outside, 2L plus 2D, sigma pi d square L, this one. Okay, now what is it's a long wire, no? So definitely what is the diameter? L will be very much greater than D. So therefore this equation will become St into 2L equal to sigma pi d square. So means like I said, why bind force will be there. So if you want, you can bring bind force. Off of that will be immersed, no? Okay, I will do one thing. I forgot bind force, no?
Sir, sigma pi d square by 4, sir.
Okay, this one. Sorry, bind force is what? Some bind force is what I Forgot. Not needed. Just will show it. And I think one more. Bind force, I'll bring it. What is the bind force will be? Rho into pi d by 2 whole square, half of the volume of cylinder. So this will be rho pi just I added that one. I just totally forgot that. You were saying pi d by 4, no? Okay, this is a d by 4. Since L very much greater than D, so here in this bracket, I can D very much less than L, so we can eliminate that one. So we'll get this is the answer. Now we'll calculate the diameter D. Expression for diameter D is needed, no? 2STL. L gets eliminated. 2ST is equal to sigma pi G by 4 minus rho pi G by 8 into D square. One 4 also you can take common. If you take 4, this will become 8ST. One more step, I'll do it. 2ST. This will be 4ST. 4 if you take common, 8ST will become 8ST. Pi G also will come outside, no? Sigma 2 sigma minus rho. Check once calculation. So this should be the density of this one. So if you neglect that bind force, so some books open they neglected bind force, they brought it. Neglect bind force means rho you should take outside. This is the diameter. If the diameter of wire is more than this, it will sink. If the diameter of the wire is anything less than or equal to this, it will float. This is the total. So I think it's all about diagram, huh? Nothing to do again here. So what is the difficult thing for you? That force due to surface tension is what you have to search. Let's take the next question. Yeah, there's one very important idea I'm bringing. Okay, analyze it. Take pen paper, try to draw the diagram, analyze, and how the liquid will exert a force. Let's try to understand the question. Huh? A light rigid sheet of triangular shape as a curved portion cut from it as shown in figure. It flows on the surface of water. Something new idea is there, no? So the till now it was a straightforward. The things were straightforward. So what about here? Some curved section I brought it. So how the molecules there will exert a force? You draw molecules. See that's what students are not like they want formula no. Thatly. So what is the method? They just want a formula. Okay, through formula. Okay, I'll make that one. So come out of that formula method. Now go back to the basic idea. Draw the molecules at the curved point, and how the molecules will exert force tangentially. So draw a semicircle, show that tangential force, and think that how you can really manage that. I'll take it out option. Some of you through option you are thinking that is a very dangerous. Okay, now I just want you to analyze the force. Later on, I'll bring the options. First, learn the problem. All of you want to become engineer. If you want to become engineer, you should draw the diagram, how the force will act, then resultant force, how to calculate. It has to be analyzed. You have to take into mathematics. So engineer is not something wearing good dress, looking handsome or very beautiful, then going to that one. It happens in movies. Engineer means what? When your brain will be tortured like anything. You will not be let free by anybody. The company will torture you. There'll be absolute mental torture will be there. Your brain will be squeezed like anything. That's what engineer means. To become unhappy, you're going to become engineer. That's all. From the beginning, I'm sticking on to the same thing. Okay, let's get into this one. What is this? This is the surface. The curved surface is very important. First of all, okay, sir, like show me how the forces are acting. There's a primary question you can ask. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's draw the triangle. Okay, we have I think semicircle is needed. Huh? I'll adjust the diagram. Give me some time. Yeah. Not semicircle. Huh? Yeah, fine. Okay, this is the semicircle. We should have a triangle. Huh? There's a triangle. Okay, I constructed the thing. Okay, let's show the forces that are acting. So everywhere liquid is present. Huh? There everywhere liquid is present, and look at the nature of liquid. Suffocation of water and soap film are. It flows on the surface of a soap solution is dropped over dotted region. Here is what soap solution is there. So how to get the soap solution? Just it's floating water in this region. You drop some. So what you can drop? You can just drop some detergent powder in this region. So it will mix. So yes, surface will change, and the rest all everything will be water. Rest all everything water. I'll not show it. Only this triangular lamina. I'll show this one. Okay, now at least. Okay, tell me the forces. The white color is now what like a water. Okay, fine. So now let's get into the where the force due to suffocation. So here the water will exert a force. And tell me how the soap solution will exert a force like this. Is it okay? This will be the radius r. Soap solution, here water, here water. There's a triangular shape. There's a sheet. Don't show vertical. It is lying on surface. The molecules which are present here will try to pull the sheet like this. The molecules which are present here will try to pull, and the molecules which are present here will try to pull here. Okay, there's no problem with this force, no? So what is the suffocation? T1 is given. Suffocation of water is T1. That of soap solution is suffocation of water is T1. That of soap solution is T2. Okay, there's no problem. Okay, then force due to water, we know how to find out. Force due to soap solution, how to find out. It is not something. So here we'll get into the diagram. We have to take the mathematics. Let me get this one. So this is the curved surface. Please, all of you, try to concentrate. It's a rather than numerical, it's a theory. Like this is the nature of The force due to surface tension you should work out here. So everywhere will be acting. No? So let me take this small surface ds. So this will subtend an angle d theta. So here soap solution is present. So what it does, it will exert force according to that arrows. Violet color or dark blue color arrows is what I'm showing. Now the net force by the soap solution on the sheet on this curved surface, in what direction it will be. That's what we are trying to learn. Fine. So here the force will be df. This is df. So if you further extend this line, so resultant force, how it should be? Vertically down. Resultant force should be vertically down. So therefore this should become equal to df dash, we'll write it. So the df equal to 2 df dash cos theta. What is df dash? Surface tension into length dl. I'm asking you to take some small length, elemental length. Then what is surface tension force? Force due to surface tension into that length. So surface tension is how much here? Soap solution is how much? T2. T2 into dl cos theta. So 2 into T2 as it is. dl is what? Angle subtended by it. Radius is r. Arc length is what? R into angle subtended. This is force due to soap solution. Anybody limit? 0 to pi by 2. 0 to pi or 0 to pi by 2 I should take. 0 to pi by 2 I should take. So this will become 2tr sine integral of cos theta. Integral of cos theta will be sine theta, sine pi by 2. So this will be 1. So how much we are getting this? 2t into r, or this is better right like this. No, this will be very troublesome. Sir, earlier you said like we should calculate the length. Effective length is, so in the definition, force due to surface tension. Surface tension equal to force by delta L. No, what is delta L? Delta L is here effective length, not just length. So what is the actually the curved length? Pi r. But what is the effective length? Will be 2r. I'll give a few more examples. I shown there's a proof everywhere you are going to apply this one. Okay, let's get into the our problem. You just take most of the textbooks we have. No, see, textbooks, they just only give some small basic ideas. Huh? You can't revise with the textbook. Again, you should come to the teacher notes, because see, we give all the vast ideas. Huh? You are doing revision, you should do revision with the teacher notes. Huh? You open textbook, do you have anything like a delta L information? Nothing. No, they just say length, but here it should be effective length. Huh? Okay, now let's get into one by one. Let me get into. So this is a sheet. No, what are the forces that are acting? So let me bring only the sheet. Okay, now tell me like a force due to this will be how much resultant force? How much it should be? Force due to shall we call this as F1 this F1, and the resultant force, this should be F2. What can be angle? It's a equilateral triangle, no? R and R. So what is the angle it will make? This one. What is the angle made by this? Anybody? Angle 30 degrees? It should be 30 or 60. 60 degree, right? Let's get into this one. What is F1? We'll calculate one by one. So what is F1? What is F1? F1 should be, I think I'll write nearby this one. It'll be easier. What should be the F1? F1 should be force suffocation due to water. It should be T1 into R. What is F2? F2 we calculate. T2 into 2R. Net force on the sheet should be equal to F2 minus 2F1 cos 60. It is floating means, say like a here, F1 will be everywhere here, no? So this should be the F1. F1, what happened here? Water is present. So all the water molecules which are present will exert a force. Fine. Equilateral triangle. Are you not seeing equilateral triangle here? You should say R, R, R. This will be 30. This will be 30. So this should be perpendicular. So this should be 60. Fine. Okay, now let's get into the calculation part. What is F2? F2 will be T2 into 2T2R. 2. F1 is how much? T1 into R. This is 1 by 2. So what we are getting? 2T2R minus T1R. What is T1? T1 is 1.5 times of T2. T1 of water, no? Sufficiency of water. And okay, fine, yeah. T1 is 1.5 times of T2. Now, which force will be greater? It's not that I think really we have to put effort. No, it's not something like a formula is there. I'll apply it. Huh? Okay, look at this one. What is the direction of this? Or if you are writing in terms of T1, okay, he's asking in terms of T1 minus T2.
Sir, F2 should actually be T2R, sir.
F2 is T2R only.
Yes, sir, because there you took radius as R, but radius of hemisphere is radius of semicircle is actually R by 2.
This should be the R by 2. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So this is R by 2. I'll do one thing. I'll bring small r so that it'll be easy for us to think. Some smaller I'll make it. Replacement will be easy for us. Small r is equal to now will be R by 2. Huh?
Yes.
Fine. F2 is how much now? T2 R by 2.
Sir, 2R, no, sir. So T2R. Too small r, no sir.
No. Okay, 2 small r is r, capital R, no?
Yes sir.
Small r will become r by 2. Okay, 2 smaller will be r. Only r will come. Okay, ma. Yeah. This will be T2R. What else? Okay. Yeah, this 2 will not be there, no? So this will be, no? Which will be greater? T1 will be greater. Okay, this one. I think I should take the result enter. F2 minus, will arrange like this. Huh? Okay, no, this will be the net force. So how it will be directed? I just made some adjustment all. Just make notice here. Okay, fine. No. Huh? So T1 will be greater than T2. So therefore, shall we pick up this option along positive y-axis? Now you see this. I follow. Okay, fine. This is everything answered. Okay, this is very important. If you get a curved one, the force you should calculate like this. Very important. No, frame expends a force. Okay, option A and B I'll pick up. Now, what about the resultant force on the wire frame is 0. Okay, not possible. No. What about along x-axis? X-axis net force should be 0. Net force on frame along x-axis must be 0. So still, just make observation. I'll give one more idea so that it'll become very firm for you. Now, if we have a wire frame, if this is the we took horizontal wire, no, instead this, let me take a semicircular wire, and there's everywhere there is a soap solution. Can you calculate the surface? Let this be the radius of this wire be. Let me bring R. No. So it is having a mass, so G will act here. So there's everywhere, there's a soap solution is there. I want expression for the surface tension of the liquid. And what is the state of the semicircular wire? It is in equilibrium. Same thing, so little bit, most of students, previous problems, soap, water, no? I'm just generalizing it here, no? And tell me, let M be the mass. So where the weight will act, where the weight I should show, the weight should act through the center of mass. Huh? This is, I think, very important. The weight mg. This everything is here. Here is a liquid. How the force due to surface tension, it will act everywhere like this. You should tell me now. The net force on the wire. Mg will act vertical. Don't show mg here. Huh? This will be wrong. So where did this 2r by pi? At a distance of 2r by pi, it will act here. Now, who will balance this particular semicircular wire? Semicircular force due to surface tension will balance it. What is the force due to surface tension? Surface tension, let it be Ft. two films will be there. Okay, 2 into ST. What shall I write? Length pi r or 2r? Effective length. Anybody? Pi r or 2r? Anybody wants to reply? You can reply it. What shall I write here? No. Effective length should be 2r, no? Not pi r. Huh? Another student will write like this. Why 2? Because 2 surfaces. Surface tension into another student will write here pi r, sir. No, not like that. It should be, this is the correct. Any reason for that? If you take again, go back to the, so the force is acting like this. Everywhere the force is acting. Okay, agreed. There's a force. So then what we do, I'll bring in, you should think, most of you are not thinking, just you want some formula. Okay, I'll remember formula, sir will teach theory. Okay, something related to that, it will come, I'll write exam, I'll get IT rank. Not possible. Huh? This is a DF, this is a DF dash. The same thing, once again, I'm bringing it. Then what is the net force should be? 2 DF dash cos theta. DF should be equal to 2 DF dash cos theta. What is DF dash? DL into surface tension. This is cos theta. DL is what? R d theta. To STR cos theta d theta. 0 to pi by 2. And tell me from where pi r will come? Why pi r? See, first of all, how the molecule will exert a force. This is the thing. So the here it will exert a force tangentially. If a ring is placed on the surface of water, there what will happen? It will exert force vertically. I think you should be very clear about the question. If the same semicircular ring, if I place on water, tell me how do it will act? Here how mg is acting? Mg is acting vertically down here. There's a condition. Different. So you should see that in which plane it is lying. Okay, once again, I'm putting the basics. So you should be very, very careful. The force due to surface, see, like if it acts like this, there's a thing. If it acts like this, okay, force into that length. But here what means there, you have to take the vector. No, see all the, see, shall I one thing, sir, when to think like this, when not to think. If the force, if the force and acting on all points on an element, if it is in same direction, if the force acting on all elements means you take parts, different points. If the force acting on all points on a structure, if it is in same direction, then what is the thing? Force surface tension into that perimeter. If the force acting on different elements are in different direction, are you noticing, vectors chapter is not a bar plus b bar equal to c bar. Most of you enjoyed like anything. Come out of that enjoyment, come out of that stupid mathematics, no use. That one you should realize here. There's a force like this. So look at this force. Are they in same direction? Can you add? Is a vector? No. Can you add? No. You should take direction also. Bring this idea. Can you this one please like I was really shocked. Like students were so enjoyed, like because the mathematics, no, there's no any thinking is nothing needed. So you make observation. So these are what, scalar or vector? These are vector, no? How you can add? You should take direction also. So therefore, this mathematics is brought here. Integration. Here, what when all force at all points on an element are in same direction. When direction is same, yes, you can go for scalar addition. Got the idea, no? Hmm? So you are not bringing the idea of vector. Yeah. There's a JE advanced question itself. I brought it. A container of width 2a is filled with a liquid. A thin wire of weight per unit length k is gently placed over the liquid in the middle of the surface as shown. As it is, the liquid surface depressed by a distance y. Determine the surface tension of the liquid. So initially, there's a liquid surface. When you place it, no, the liquid surface will get depressed like this. Why it will get depressed? Because of, and how much depression? It's telling the depression is, okay, this everything is a liquid. Okay, get into the mathematics very fast. Okay, how the force due to surface tension should act. There's a very really troublesome topic for students. No diagrams. Every question you have to imagine diagram. Really, it's good for students. Huh? Actually, you develop your imagination skills a lot in this one. Okay, no, I think this is what somehow I drew the diagram. No, tell me like how the force due to surface tension should act here. At least I'm able to show that arrow only because the plane diagram, no? If you go for some, if you go for some, it's a long wire, huh? Thin wire of weight per unit length. How the force everywhere? The force everywhere will be acting in this direction. Not vertical. It will make some angle. Here also it will make some angle. It is like this. Huh? Able to imagine? So like this, what happened along the length? What happened? The force will making angle. So let this angle be theta. Fine. This is y. This is a. This is a. So anything can be right here tan theta, and who will balance the weight? The force due to surface tension. Let's go for force due to surface tension. How to calculate this? Thin wire. What do you mean by thin wire? The diameter of that is almost negligible. Okay, let me take the diameter d. Length is L. What is this? Some wire that I'm showing. If you cut a cylinder, if you cut a cylinder, There's a real problem with your high school geometry. If you're any younger sister, brother who are there, ask them to draw the diagrams. 3D diagrams, ask them to learn, make observation. It's really good. It will help them a lot when they come to the intermediate or engineering one. Hmm? Okay, now let's see that. So shall we take this is D, this is L. No. What is force due to subtension? Subtension into, shall we write 2L plus 2D sine theta. Anybody, any objections? Why 2L? Because here the only half part of the wire I'm showing it. I think it's cylinder, no, half of the cylinder. I just cut it to show the forces here. Okay, here this will be L and L. With that one, why 2D that one? Here, how the force due to subtension? Here it should act vertically. Anyway, that will be negligible. No, you need not to bother that. L will be, D will be as it is. D will be very much less than L. It's a long wire, no? D will be very much less than L. So you can take it out that quantity, or else some of you are objecting this. I'll make some changes. Huh? This will be sine theta. Okay, fine. Now, so D will be very much less than L. This quantity will be as it is a thin wire. This quantity will be negligible. No, so this will become 2STL sine theta. This is the net force due to surface tension. After this, theta we don't know. Theta we don't know. So what is sine theta? Sine theta I can write as y by root of y square plus e square. Then let's come that one. Who will balance the weight? No. So for equilibrium, force due to surface tension should balance the weight of the wire. So this, no, what shall I write? Total weight, no, is what he has given. A thin weight per unit length is how much? K. So K into L into G. The L get cancelled, so we'll get expression for surface tension. That will be Kg. Further, Y is telling very much. So as Y very much less than L, so this everything will become Kga by 2Y. Fine. I'll scroll down. We'll take one more problem. Okay, this will be. It takes some time. Huh? We have. Let's do this one. Huh? Again, I'm pressurizing you to think. Options. Read the question. Okay, that is what weight per unit length. Weight per unit length into length, what you get, ma? Okay, G, if you want to, you can take G out. G you can take it. It's a weight per unit length. Okay, I'll remove the G. Yeah, fine. weight per unit length into length will be the weight. Oh, okay, I did correction. Yeah, thank you. Usually mass per unit length they'll give. So okay, he has given weight. No, I changed it. Huh? Okay, no, this is the JE means you can see the way they are asking questions. Huh? On heating water, bubbles being formed at the bottom of vessel detach and rise. Take the bubble to be spheres of radius r and making a circular contact of radius r with the bottom of the vessel. If smaller, less than, very much less than capital and surface tension of what is T. Value of r just before bubble detach is density of water is rho. Why it will detach? Okay, this is a bubble. This is the bottom of vessel. No, come for this. Okay, this will be the radius. Okay, fine. This everything is here. Huh? This everything is here, and surrounding is what? Water. Please try to imagine all the things. It's a bubble, huh? So I'll draw it some thick line. It's a very, I'm telling you, on this sufficient chapter is very beautiful. Really, you should very good imagination. Okay, how the diagram, how it will be. The 3D diagram also you should imagine, nothing wrong. So why I think all of you do imagination. You don't imagine. I think you imagine so many things of life around you, know. So why don't you imagine physics diagrams? Nothing wrong. Gulab jamun. Okay, your mother prepares gulab jamun. I think you'll imagine, no? Cone ice cream, chocolate cone ice cream. Will do imagine. Okay, if we wanted to visit that place, we'll start making imagination. So same thing. The moment you see question, try to imagine how the bubble will appear. If you see from the side, if you see from the top, then this is what needed. Anybody can do. There's nothing like that. Only that student, this student. When you can imagine gulab jamun, what is there imagining this bubble? So when you can imagine some hero, heroine, actress, actor, so can't you imagine this? Some of you are having very good famous actor, actors, no? So when you imagine them, so why can't you imagine this? Interest, no, it's all actors. What happen? They'll help you a lot in to get into IT. That's why you are imagining them. These things will not help you to get into it. So you are not taking. Fine. We have some density of water is rho. I brought myself diagram. Let's get into force. How the buoyant force will act. Buoyant force will definitely act vertically up. This is the bubble surface. Air bubble it is. How the buoyant force should act vertically up. Now tell me like a force due to surface tension, how it will act. on the bubble, on the bubble. So here it should act in this direction. F dash, I'll call it. Okay, this is 90 minus theta. This is theta. And now your task questions are why you are taking force due to suffocation here. So here, not only at 2 points, how it will act? Let me save it. Let's come for this one. Something. Take like this. This is the that radius smaller, no? We are showing. Okay, here the force everywhere will be I think more than this, nobody can draw the diagram. This is theta. And tell me like what is this radius? This is smaller, no? And then the perimeter of this 2 pi r. So first, what is the force due to surface tension? Okay, let's make it. So under action of force due to buoyancy and force due to surface tension. Buoyancy is how much? Density of water 4 by 3 pi r cube g. Okay, even this volume of water, you can neglect it. Doesn't matter. Because what is a smaller, very much less than capital R, no? Okay, it's we can take this one. Okay, let's come for this. Force due to surface tension. The surface tension is T 2 pi R into, so what shall we write? Sine theta. Sir, why sine theta? Because on every element, how the force is acting at an angle on every element. So don't say at 2 points. On every element, it will be acting. Take bangle or some sort of ring, and the force at every point will be making some angle theta or some angle with the vertical, the force everywhere. Okay, what is sine theta from the diagram? Small r by capital R. So here pi 4 rho r cube by 3 g surface tension. Pi will get cancelled, so 2 also get cancels. Sine theta, what you can write it as? Sine theta will be small r by capital R. So whatever equation, if you want for, what is the question given? Smaller is asking, no? And making a, and the value of our just bubble detach is value of r. So we'll solve for this. 2 rho r cube g is equal to T by r is equal to r square will come outside. 2 rho g by 3t. And making circular contact of radius r with the bottom. Why do first it will detach? Because as you rise as you boil it, as you start eating the water, density of water decreases, then bind force will decreases. So definitely, so what do you expect at one specific point of time, it will get detached here. Sufficiency decrease, sorry. As you increase the temperature, density of water will decrease, sufficiency decreases. So definitely the bind force at one instant will become greater than force due to sufficiency will get detached. I think this is what happens, the formation of bubbles in boiling water. Let's take another 10 minutes. Let's take one more. If this is a cone, it is immersed in water. And the angle of contact theta is angle of contact. Half of the semi-vertex angle of the cone, let it be theta. Okay, let this be alpha. Height of the cone, let it be h. Nothing, only this information is there. Half of it, also like a 3h by 4 is what? Immersed. What is the surface tension of liquid or say water? And density of the cone, let it be sigma. Now tell me like a water, theta is angle of contact. So here water wets the cone. Okay, this is say some wooden, let it be. If it wets the cone completely means theta will be 0. Himself, he has given angle of contact. So therefore, we have to show it. So how the liquid will take shape here? The liquid here will be like this. No, what is that theta? That theta is what? This one. How the force due to sufficient should act? Should act like this. Fs dash, or just write f dash. Huh? It is understood. The weight of the solid and the buoyant force. Then let's get into first. We'll calculate the force due to surface tension. Anybody how to calculate? For that we know what is the distance at this particular point, especially. We should know this x, no? X and this is y. Sorry, this is h by 4. 3h by 4, let it be immersed. So we know already h by 4. So can we calculate x? So this will be tan alpha equal to x by tan alpha. Then force due to surface tension, how much it should be? Radius will become x, no? So therefore 2 pi x surface tension into 2 pi x into cos theta. Please do notice here why it will happen. So here you draw a ring. The force everywhere will be acting like this. And this is the vertical theta. Now you have to ask questions. Why you are taking? Because how the force due to surface should act tangential, no? Because this is a free surface. Come to the angle of contact. This is a solid surface. And this is a liquid surface. So what is angle of contact? The angle measured between the tangent drawn between it's like a what is the angle of contact? The angle measured inside the liquid between the tangent drawn on the free surface and the solid surface. You should measure inside. No, not this is not angle of contact. If the water wets the cone completely, tell me how this f dash will act along the slant length. Okay, no. Anybody wants to question this? Is it only this much? Because how do this net force due to sufficiency should act? Should act vertically. Yeah? Then what is the angle made by this force? Not just theta. It should be theta plus alpha. Will I agree?
Yes, sir.
Very, very good. Minute observation is needed. if the water wets the cone completely, then what happen? It will become f cos alpha. Theta will be 0. So therefore, this should be theta plus alpha. E is what? Not only say many will make mistake here. Okay, let's get into buoyant force. So what is the buoyant force? Density of water. Volume immersed. How to calculate volume immersed? In the volume of beaker cone, 1 by 3 pi r square h into g. In the bigger volume, I should subtract the smaller volume. So this should be 1 by 3 pi x square. What is the height of this cone? H by 4 into g. Volume immersed. Okay, there's a volume immersed. No, this part is volume immersed. In the bigger cone, I'll subtract the volume of this smaller cone. I think some small geometry, nothing big, no. So just a student must have what, like the geometry clarity is needed. Okay, now we got the buoyant force, so we know weight of the solid, but we don't know radius, no. So from where we are bringing radius? What is radius? This what radius we have assumed it. So actually, what is again tan alpha or again you should replace this one with a tan alpha. No, but we don't know x equal to h by 4 tan alpha. Fine. So that you replace, you'll get buoyant force. So then what about the weight of solid? Weight of solid should be density pi r square h by 3. Okay, there's no problem with this. So again, we should replace r. Solve all this, you'll get expression for surface tension. We have to fight with the conditions. Nothing is there. So there's everything here is water is present. So now shall I suggest you? Different shaped objects. There'll be some immersed, some there'll be floating. So you have to be very careful. Sometimes we take the vector. Means what is the thing? When we should take the effective length, when we should not take. When we should take effective length, when we should not take. If different points, look, if every point on the structure, if the force acts in the same direction, sir, here force is acting different, but you see the horizontal component will cancel, vertical components will get added up. At different points on the structure, if the direction of force is different, you should go for integration. But here what happens, the magnitude is same and only the direction you can see. So here what happens, you should just take the component of force, all will get added up in one direction. So therefore directly for substitution into the perimeter length. I think this will be a little bit challenging. So when to take that effective length, when not to take is what you should have that particular observation. Fine. So it will be very challenging. Everywhere the questions are coming with a very, very different approach. So definitely I'll suggest students like get familiar with all different shape of structure. Even this year he is asked a little bit some different question it was there, even this year, previous year also. Every year, the advanced papers, they're coming with a very challenging diagrams. Today only you might have seen the different types of conditions you have come. Okay, pyramid is there, cone is there, cube is there, hemisphere immerse, like a hemisphere in different orientation I'll immerse. Cylinder also I'll immerse in different orientation. So do have analysis all. Shall we wind up? I think we could not complete other problems. Okay, some torque one. Okay, tomorrow I'll introduce them for this. Even there'll be torque due to surface tension. There's some good ideas are there. Tomorrow we'll continue. Please do practice questions of JEE Advance also. JEE Advance, JEE Mains, and the instruction material and the single textbook. Gather numericals from all year. Focus only on force due to surface tension. And the torque related to this numericals only. Capillary rise, two plates parallel. What is the height to which the liquid will rise? The moment if they ask question, find the height to which liquid rise. It is there next week syllabus. You need to bother. Okay, you have to select questions of only related to force. Okay, thank you all of you. Anything you can call me because some diagrams will be very tricky. You can call me. 5 to 6 will be there. No, you can call me personally and you can take my help. Okay, fine. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you all of you.